Grandpa, what are you doing here?
Well, it's a long story. Glenn was one of the parents sitting in the audience to be the chairperson for this showcase. However, no one volunteered. Your teacher, Miss Leah, called me this morning at 4 p.m. to ask me to step in as a chairperson. Well, I'm an old woman with thick skin. I don't care if I speak Chinese. I don't mind if the kids laugh at me. By the way, what do you kids do at Speech Fun?
At Speech Fun, we play, we learn, and we grow. Today we will demonstrate our public speaking skills to you, our parents, and friends. More importantly, we are going to entertain you with our stories, ideas, and personalities.
Okay, let's welcome our host to prepare speeches. Come on, stage kids.
Oh, okay. I'm coming.
Introduce yourself.
Me? What? You go first.
Natalie, just go.
It's okay.
My name is Natalie Chan. I'm 7 years old. I'm 7 years old, and my favorite color is blue.
My name is My name is Janet Zhang. I'm 9 years old, and my favorite color is blue. My name is Lynn Young, and my favorite color is green. Snehal Maran. Something sad, Snehal Maran.
There are a lot of things sad, like tsunamis and tornadoes, but my thing that I don't really like is moving. I didn't like moving because it was hard for me, but there are a few good things about moving that were, like, there's new stuff in my new house. I experienced moving, so when I'm older, I can know how. And then like, yeah, that's it. Okay, and then there's a few bad things about moving too, which is like, bad things are that it was hard for me to move, and I moved 3 times, and I won't move, 2 times, and I'm only 8 years old. And because we moved from our old house to our rental house, from the rental house to the new house, which was really hard for me, but I'm kind of getting used to it. And but I don't like the way that I had to move schools and I went away from my friends, and that was hard for me. But I can handle it. I'm kind of getting used to how moving is, and it's getting better for me. But I didn't like it at first because of all the things I told you, but now I'm getting used to it. So out of all of the tsunamis and tornadoes and stuff, my bad thing is moving.
Kina Matara, all about hockey, Kina Matara.
I love ice hockey. Once one ice hockey player once said, every day is a great day for ice hockey. Today I'm going to tell you all about ice hockey. First you need to learn how to do the basic skating. Then once you master all the basic skating, you can move on to ice hockey. But first you need to buy some protection shoes. If you are a goalie, you need to buy even more protection shoes. The regular hockey players' protection shoes are knee guards, helmet, jersey, sticks, chest guard, and elbow pads. And the big practice for many hours. There are three kinds of positions in hockey. There are forwards, backwards, and goalies. Forwards play offense, backwards play defense, and goalies box the net so people don't score. And once the goalie puts the puck in the net, you can't do anything to the goalie unless you want to get in trouble. In a real hockey game, some players have to sit out and have a water break until the game ends because there are too many players in the game. The game starts when the referee drops the puck on the ice and two players from each team start hitting it. Then the players start battling, but the goalie stays in its place. Goalie stays in its place. Ice hockey is a fun and exciting game. I can keep on talking, but if you want to know more about ice hockey, I invite you to come with me to the ice rink and practice, play ice hockey together.
Open League games, Open League. Okay, so today I want to ask you guys some questions first. For parents, does any one of you take your child playing games or video games? And for kids, don't you love playing video games? Okay, so first, you all know that games can hurt your eyes and things, but sometimes they can actually help you for once. It can actually help your eyes, even though it may sound really crazy. And first-person shooter games, random endings pop out of nowhere, and your eyes will move toward it, exercising your eyes. And in this case, it's like an enemy sword. Games can actually help you think or exercise your brain. Because in strategic games like StarCraft and Plants vs. Zombies, try to think of a plan to win in order to finish your goal. And today I'm going to tell you also about a specific game. It's called Minecraft. Minecraft's a pretty good game. Some of you might have heard of it, or some of you play. Minecraft is a game where it's about kind of like real life, but the only difference is it's in a game and it's made out of blocks. So in Minecraft, you can basically do almost anything you want, and there's also mods or modifications that you can add to the game to make it better. In all, I think Minecraft's a pretty good game since you can also add other games into it to make it more fun. And one last question to the parents. Don't you want your kids to have more time to play video games? Thank you.
Theodore Chin, why you shouldn't pick things off the ground? Why shouldn't you pick things off the ground, Theodore Chin? Have you ever seen something on the ground that you find very interesting and you wanted to keep it? For example, if you find some kind of candy or technology on the floor, don't take it because those can be very dangerous. For example, here's a minor story about a little boy named Joe who decided it was okay to pick stuff on the ground. One day, a little boy named Joe was walking home from school. While walking, he sees a little phone case on the ground. So he reaches down and picks it up, and he says, "Cool, a phone." So as he continues his walk home, inside the phone, a little man says, "Look, I better get my umbrella. It's going to rain soon." So he looked up. He saw no clouds, just a clear blue sky. He thought, this guy is crazy. So as he kept on going home, rain clouds started to thicken, and then lightning flash. Rain started pouring down. He ran all the way home and just stayed there. A few hours later, after supper, he decided to check it out again. So he stuck it to his ear and this time he heard a woman's voice. Bags of money all over the streets. So he went outside and looked at the mirror. Cool. It's a window. He said, cool, bags of money. So I went outside and started picking them up. He thought, I'm going to be rich. So after that, he heard slogging, not coming from somewhere else, but only from his phone. So he stuck it to his ear again. Inside, there was a quiet woman's voice. She was saying, it's so sad. And then he asked, what's going on? And then the woman said, he was standing there right on Bridgeport Street. That somehow had been Joe's address. So he kept on listening. You should have never noticed the truck. He thought, truck? He looked up, but it was already too late. The truck was already coming. As usual, this boy named Joe is very smart. All smart people would think, I better turn this phone to the police because this might be dangerous. Also, don't even think about touching any type of candy. There might be drugs in it, and that is why you shouldn't get things off the ground.
Olivia Chen. Making friends. Olivia Chen. I see everyone is friends. When you're walking and you want to be loved. When you are in trouble, don't need friends to make friends. I mean, when you are, it's always fun and comfortable to spend hours with friends. Now the question is how we can make friends. First, we can make friends by having the same interest. So, when I first met Evelyn, we found out she had a lot of common things, such as we both like to go to Korean, we both like to draw, and we both like to do math problems. And guess what? We always get the same answers. We become good friends since we can do so many things together. Sometimes we can make friends by people we meet in the daily life, such as in school, class. We can ask your member if they want to play tag with you at recess, or if you see somebody who's sitting alone or playing alone at the playground, you can ask him or her. You can introduce yourself to them and ask what their name is and ask if they want to play with you. That's how I met my friend Yuri. Yuri was sadly sitting on the playground all by herself, and Evelyn and me asked her, do you want to play tag with us? And she said, sure. We become good friends since then. So we can make friends by joining club and sports teams. I believe there's so many good activities to do with other people, such as your swimming team or a Girl Scout. That's how I met my friend Alexa. Alexa, we like to splash each other when we're resting during the practice. We also like to dip the bottom of the pool, and we also like to compete for the rep longer. It is always fun to play with Alexa. I miss her when we're not swimming. Yoshi Tori said maybe friendship can't be done until somebody chooses you, but that doesn't mean you can't make a choice too. And you can choose them until you know who they are, and they can choose you until they know who you are. I think the best way to make friends is to be one.
Judy Mara.
is. Raise your hand if you've ever asked your parents for a pet and the answer was no. Whoa, that's a lot of people. Now, most people when they ask for their parents for a pet, the answer is usually no, because the parents are worried it's going to take a lot of responsibility for you to take care of it, and yada yada yada. And the dog's going to, or the dog or the cat, whatever pet you want, is going to mess up all the furniture. But pets aren't actually all that bad. Here are some ways how you can get a pet. One, first of all, don't keep bugging your parents for a pet. If you keep doing it over and over and over, they'll get so annoyed that they won't do it. Second thing, tell your parents that a pet will help you spend more time outside, because if you play with it, and it'll be fun, and you can spend more time outside instead of staring at a computer screen the whole time. Now, if you don't spend enough time with your family, this is a great thing. A pet is a great thing to get, because then your whole family can play with the pet, and you can have lots of fun together. And if you want a dog, it'll be really good for security, because if there's any thieves or robbers or anything, the dog will bark as soon as it hears anything. But it might wake you up in the night. That's the only problem. If you go on vacation, it's actually not that big of a deal if you have a pet, because you can just ask one of your trusted friends to take care of it, or you could go to a shelter and pay them to watch your pet for some time. And you might think, oh my gosh, the pet might feel sad, but it's just a couple of days, so it's not that big of a deal. And if you really want a pet, try to keep your grades up so your parents won't have anything to use against you if you're arguing with them. And do all your chores, because otherwise, if you can't take care of your rule, how can you take care of your actual living thing? And just to show your parents that you can do it, try to take care of something like an egg or a flower baby, and just to show them that you can take care of something. That's just to prove that you're responsible enough. And if your friend is going on vacation, that would be the perfect time if they have a pet to take care of it, to show your parents that you're responsible enough. So I hope this works and that you can get a pet, and if it doesn't work, blame the internet.
Natalie Tan. My adventure to California. Natalie Tan. Good afternoon. My name is Natalie Tan, and I would like to tell you about one of the best places I've ever been. I'm talking about California. In California, the weather is almost always perfect. So while it was cold and rainy in Texas, we headed to California for some sun in the sun. the shells home but let the crops go. When it was time for us to go back home, we were so sad because there were still so many places to go and things to do. I can't wait to go back. Maybe you should try California too for your next vacation if you like sun and beautiful scenery.
Dan and John, Texas Giant fan.
4.7 million years ago, unicorns ruled the land. They went around prancing and farting unicorns. Whoops, farting rainbows. They lived in a place called Happy Land. One sad day, all the unicorns died out. The people found the land. The wise men said they should build it into an amusement park. Everyone agreed. So the next day they went to work. A few weeks later, they were in the middle of their fourth ride. Then one man said, hey, we should build a ride called the Texas Giant. They all agreed and they planned it and made the frame of it. So then they went to work. 5 or 6 years later, they were done with the whole amusement park. Everything was built, the rides, the carts, and everything else. They finally opened it. There was one day a man named Peter came to apply for a job. He was not exactly a polite person, and nobody really liked him. So the manager didn't like him. But then he made a really loud noise, also known as he farted in the office. So it was really stinky, and the manager said that he didn't like him and he wanted to go out. But then it stank up the office, and the office was very, very tiny. So he said, I will not let you out until you give me the job. So he finally got the job. The next day he worked for 2 rides before, the log flume and the Titan. Then he went to the Texas Giant to work. Then this usually large woman came to ride the rides. When it was her turn, she couldn't even fit in the car. Well, Peter said, it's okay, you can just go on, we'll help. So she went on. And so when she got to the tippy top, she started wobbling, and then she fell. It's very sad, and my mom told me not to smile, but I can't help it, so it's your fault. No! And so my point is to never trust somebody just because they did something very stinky in the office, and always follow safety rules.
Jennifer, I, a New York trip, Jennifer, I.
Have you ever been to New York State? Well, if you haven't, today is your lucky day. I am going to guide you on a journey to the northeast coast of our fabulous country. First, we will go to a place where no tourist should miss out on their trip to New York, the Empire State Building. This old tower has been here since, well, forever, and it has been standing from 500 feet to 1,500 feet. When you're up there, you can basically see every tourist attraction there is to see in New York, like Central Park, Brooklyn Bridge, and even the Statue of Liberty. Next we'll drive to a place named after an animal, Buffalo, New York. It's going to be a long drive, but don't worry. We have an interesting place to stop at first, called the Corning Museum of Glass. This glass museum is filled with excitement and entertainment, and because of its interesting exhibit and glass-making demonstrations. After a great glass adventure, we will finally head to Buffalo, where we will see the nature-filled park, Niagara Falls. At Niagara Falls, you can also see the Canadian Falls and American Falls. The only way you can see these falls up close is by boat. You're going to get soaking wet, but don't worry, the service will provide cover for you. New York State is a very interesting place to visit, but since our time is limited, we have to stop today. The next time you go to New York State, you may know more.
My family, Sean Walsh. Sean Walsh, my family, Sean Walsh.
Back in 1968, one couple was welcomed to the White House by the 36th President of the United States, Lyndon B. Johnson. Now you're wondering, who were those people? Or why are they in my story? great-grandparents. My mom, even though my mom and I are Asian, but my dad is not. Anyways, okay, my mom and my dad both care for me and love me. And I love them too as well. My grandmother is the best grandmother I can ever hope to have. She started off as a happy young girl, except they lived in a town called Dangerfield. In the town, they were constructing a state park. Her godfather was the person who went to Austin and got all the paperwork for the Piney Woods to ever become a park. And now Dangerfield State Park stands out as the prettiest state park in the state of Texas. My parent and I go to Dangerfield about twice a month. When we go there, there's always something fun to do. From the time I step in the door and from the time I leave, it's always filled with happy tears and it's always filled with happiness and laughter. We really enjoy the forest that's part of our backyard, and my grandmother takes me to all sorts of adventures. And there are deer that sneak up to the backyard instead of eating the rose bushes. One time, there was an animal in the backyard that howled all night. So I asked my grandparents what it is. It was a coyote, of course. There are many fun opportunities to do many things. And here's the best part. My grandparents own a movie theater. How cool is that? I can watch all the movies I want to watch for free. And plus, there's even free soda, fries, and popcorn, even hot chicken wings. Now, my grandparents and my mom and dad both have very high expectations for me. And all the things, my grandparents teach me a lot of things. All those things include respect, honesty, and responsibility. They teach me 2 different cultures that even include the Native American culture and the United States tradition. But after this speech, I feel like I love America, China, and most important of all, I love my family. Family, life's greatest blessing.
All right, Emily. Okay, moving to the next one.
When my toys came along, Lynn Youngly, when my toys came along, when my toys came along.
I was sleeping in my cozy bed, and my toys came up. They rubbed their eyes and stretched, and ran for 25 minutes. And so they went to a waterfall and then stacked on each other to get to the top. The last toy got to the top and it couldn't open the lid. It was too tight. So they all jumped down and went to sink. And then they climbed the sink to get to the top. And then one jumped down in the sink and then all the others ran to the faucet handle and pushed it. And then lots of water came out. And then that one toy couldn't hold it. Instead of drinking water, it went down to the cave. And then he asked the fish. He said, "Bloop, bloop, bloop," and he meant to say, where are we? And then the fish said, we are in a pond, and it said, "Bloop, bloop, bloop." And then all my toys were sad. So they all jumped down except one of them to save that poor toy. And then I woke up. And then
provide young leaders a round of applause.
Grandpa, we have 2 demo speeches today. Let's start. Mr. Tom Turner has been a member of Toastmasters for 6 years. He was the first place winner of District 50 Humorous Speech Contest. He works as a project manager for GameStop in Grapevine, but is planning to move to North Dakota to start a family business. His speech title is Provoked. Let's welcome Mr. Tom Turner.
What did I do on vacation last year? It's funny you should ask. I'm going to take you back to a Friday night. It's 2 a.m. I'm in a town called Bloomington, Indiana. And the cab just dropped me off at the Econo Lodge, because I spared no expense. Next thing I know, this big raccoon comes walking out of the parking lot. This is the mama, because she's got this little raccoon right behind her. These two go through the parking lot, down this little grassy area, into a side street. Then, another little raccoon comes out from that same spot, but he starts going the wrong way. There's this concrete ramp that goes up the hotel side to an entrance. It's got this wrought iron fence all the way down, 15-foot drop on the other side. Well, this little guy goes all the way up to the top of that ramp, and he can't figure out how to get back down. I inch my way up there just to see how crazy this little thing is. I get to the top. He sees me, walks over, sniffs my foot, looks up at me. You know what his little eyes said? Would you please help me? I like to think that I'm a good person, and all I have to do is get this little guy from the top of the ramp 30 feet down to the bottom, set him in the grass, he can go catch up with Mom. What could possibly go wrong? Besides, if I just left him there, the speech would be very boring. I've never picked up a raccoon before, but I do have 2 medium-sized dogs at the house. I pick them up by coming at them from behind, scooping them up from underneath, holding them kind of like a football. Head here, butt here.
Not real.
So now I'm holding a raccoon like a football, right? I start walking down the ramp. He starts squirming a little bit. Well, when my dog starts squirming, I just hold him a little bit tighter to let him know who's in charge. That doesn't work with a raccoon. So he starts really squirming, and I start speed walking. Then we get to the bottom of the ramp. Arms, feet, claws are going everywhere. I go to put him over the fence, and he reaches back and bites me. At this point, I remember something from my past, something that I'd been told. Raccoons carry rabies. Oh, shoot. Where was I? Oh, right. So at this point, I just completely flip out. The raccoon is dropped from whatever height he was at. And I sprint 2 flights of stairs up to my hotel room. I'm in the bathroom, phone on the sink, Googling baby raccoons. Not much comes up at first, just some images. Darn, they're cute. Now I remember something else from my past, something else that I've been told. Don't go near it. I saw it. I've heard that you're supposed to suck the venom out. Now, can somebody tell me what's wrong with that?
Everything. It's just going to go back into your body.
Well, you're supposed to suck the venom out of a snake bite. But I didn't know that. I thought it was for everything. So, I'm looking things up on Google, and I finally figure out that rabies is carried in the saliva of the raccoon. And I have therefore just ingested the raccoon saliva, which had rabies in it. It was time to go to the hospital. I get to the emergency room. They have me fill out a form. 3 questions. What type of animal was it? A cute baby raccoon. Was the animal wild? Very. Final question, yes or no. Was the animal provoked? I had to think about this one. After all, I was just trying to help the little guy out. And he was willing to be helped. But when I have to sign official documentation, then okay, yes, the animal was provoked. And therefore, according to the Indiana State Department of Health, on May 29th, 2013, Tom Turner provoked a wild animal and was attacked. What'd you do on vacation? Thank you.
Miss Leah Bly is a speaker and a coach with passion to help children. She found speech fun in 2010. Her speech title is What's Important Today. Please welcome Leah Bly.
Speech is not true in any way.
It's Saturday, busy time for parents and the children. Imagine this. Ted, we are late for your swimming class. Hurry up. Janet, play your piano for 1 hour. Focus. Jennifer, are you ready for the speech fun today? We were busy, right? Let me ask you a weird question. What if tomorrow never comes? Would you kill? A tragedy happened in South Korea. A sunken ferry killed more than 300 people, most teenagers. The grief of any parent who loses one child is unimaginable. That tragedy reminds us what's important today. What if tomorrow never comes? Will you have any regrets for today? Indeed, my daughter Janet has taught me what's important today since she was little. About 7 years ago, she was terrible too. Her most frequent used word was no. 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 At that time, I was working and living in Shanghai, China. As a general manager for an American company, I had a very crazy busy schedule. One morning, I was rushing out to work. Jenny came to say goodbye to me. She was smiling, her eyes were sparkling, so I bent down to give her a hug. Suddenly, she snapped my face with her little hand. I was shocked, but I understood exactly what she was trying to tell me. She was too young to express herself with words. Her hand gesture spoke all. Mommy, don't leave me. Take your time to love me. Time flies. Jenny now is 9 years old, you can tell. She likes Taylor Swift, Austin Mahorn, and CC Pizza. And my family and I, we have moved back to Texas, one of the best areas to raise kids. That's why we are all here. And I had a new job with a telecom company. While I was in charge for a high-profile project, I had conference calls with overseas team almost every night. One evening, I was on a conference call at home. Jenny came in. Mama, I'm afraid. Would you please sing me a lullaby? Can't tell. I'm on a conference call. My harsh voice transformed my little baby into an angry bird. She shouted. I hate your conference calls. You never have time for me. She was right. Thanks to my job, I had no time for my family, no time for my little girl. I had no life. Before I had a chance to figure out my life, I lost my job. When I told my daughter the news, her reaction was, no job, no money? No more conference calls, yay! As a little child, in her little world, she was saying, yeah, Mom, you lose one job, so what? You can always find a new one. But if you lose spending your time with me when I need you, you lose it forever. True or not? Now I have found a new job that allows me to balance work and life. Most importantly, no more conference call at night. Now I can sing a lullaby to my daughter anytime she wants it, before she turns into a teenager. Children, close your eyes. And everyone else who used to be children, close your eyes. Imagine it's bedtime again. The world is quiet and dark. The only thing you can hear is your mother's lullaby.睡吧，睡吧，我亲爱的宝贝，妈妈的双手轻轻摇着你，摇来摇你，乖乖安睡。You may open your eyes now. Ladies and gentlemen, parents, children, life is beautiful and fragile. Tomorrow is not promised to anyone young or old. I work hard. Every one of you work hard. Because you want to advance your career. You want to provide the best for your family. And you want to prepare your child for a bright future. While you are doing that, slow down. Take your time to think, what's important today? My daughter has taught me, what's important today is to love and to cherish your loved ones. Children grow up so fast. They will not remember you for the material things you provided, but for the feelings that you cherish in them. When you take your time to love and to cherish, what if tomorrow never comes? You shall have no regrets for today.
As I told you, it is a speech fun tradition that parents have to say something at the showcase. Our first parent speaker is Miss Lisa Shen. She is the mother of Emily Duke.
She's not here, right?
She's not here.
Well then, we learned something at speech fun. We shall apply what we learned in school and at home. Let's enjoy a debate between Shudi Maram and her mother, Mrs. Lata Maram.
Okay, so
I
today,
have been put on the spot here, so this is impromptu, whatever it's supposed to be.
so today we're going to do a debate about why I should get a phone. Okay, can I get a phone?
Not yet.
Why? If you're going to say no, you have to have a reason.
Wow. Because, explain to me why it is necessary for you to have a phone right now.
I'm in middle school. That's your answer.
So what are you going to do with a phone?
Well, I can call my friends. I can call you if I need to. I mean, right now, if I'm at my friend's house and I need to call you,
You can always use your friend's phone, home phone, or her phone.
Exactly. Yeah, but
When is that? Are you at home or at school?
At home, I use your phone.
That's fine, you can use my phone if you want.
Yeah, but what about when you go out?
You can use the home phone.
What's actually in your phone though?
You can write it down on a piece of paper.
That's too much work.
I never had a phone when I was growing up. I never had a phone
Yeah, but that was
till
a
I
long
was
time
like
ago.
27 maybe.
That was a long time ago.
It's the same thing.
Who invented the phone? Let's pick up something general knowledge.
iPhone. I said who invented the iPhone?
No, the telephone.
Oh yeah.
Let's learn some facts here
No, what do we get
before
paid? What do we get paid?
we ask for a phone.
I don't know the word.
That's exactly my point.
If you want me to know why don't you want me to have a phone? It's not like it's the end of the world. It's just something that is going to help. Why can't I have one?
Because it is not going to be used, as far as I know, for the purpose it's supposed to be used, that is for communication. It's going to be used more for like texting,
That's how you communicate.
but that it's not emergency, just like texting. What are you doing? Like in the middle of class or like constantly texting, play games, and
That's the point of a phone.
argument week again, it's to get stronger.
You got a phone as soon as you found out there were phones. So I found out there, like, as soon as there were phones, that's when you got one, right?
My parents didn't get me a phone.
Yeah, when you were grown up, like, you had your own money. And now when I get money, you take it.
Actually, Mommy, that's true.
That's true.
Now is the moment we kids have been waiting for since the day one. We worked very hard in order to win the sticker competition, but there's only one winner for the class.
What's a sticker competition?
Miss Leah uses stickers to encourage us to do our best. For example, if you earn 2 stickers if you can deliver a 2 to 3 minute speech without using those. And you can earn 1 sticker if you keep your mouth shut during meditation. And you also earn 1 sticker if your team wins when we play charades. That's our favorite game.
So you have to be an all-star student in order to win the sticker competition.
Right. Let's welcome Miss Leah on stage.
Kids cannot wait to win the stickers, so I asked them, what if you don't win? They said, I'm going to cry. I don't want any kids to cry, so I decided to change my words a little bit. Everyone gets something, right?
Yeah.
Candy. But I'm going to whisper to the winner, say, you are the winner for the sticker winner, but you're not supposed to tell any other kids, right, if you are the winner, okay?
Use my candy.
Kaisha, I need your help. Kaisha is our chairperson for this event. Thank you for your support.
I am very I'm very disappointed.
Go me.
You get one.
Let me cut.
Here. non-profit organization. They were supporting the family around the world under poverty. So every dollar we spend or help them to get out of the poverty. So, Jennifer, sweetie. Check.
Keon.
Trudy. Trudy is 12 years old, so next year she cannot return. So in her gift, I give her a little bit extra, so hope you kids are fine with that.
What's the extra? I can give it to her. My school.
You made me last. I am your daughter. I'm the winner. Woo!
Before we move on, Mr. Tom Kenner, would you mind come on stage? Thank you for being part of the speech fund. Kids, do you enjoy his speech?
Yeah.
You want him to come back next year if you can?
Yeah.
This is a small token to show us appreciation for your determination.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
She said it was delivered for stickers. Yeah, in your face, whoever tried to keep me.
And it's now the next closing remark. Yeah.
When is it going to be over?
Grandpa, do you enjoy a showcase? Parents, friends, and kids, do you enjoy a showcase?
I don't know.
After summer, speech fund will resume in September 2014, but seats are limited. Make sure you sign up ASAP after the show.
Thank you, parents, friends, and kids for coming to 2014 Speech Fund. Please enjoy the refreshment now. Oh.